What is up, YouTubers? Well, I just wanted to show you guys what I've been working on. I have been working, let's see if I can't expand it a little more, my awesome bench. Show you how long that thing is. And I got my bolt bends. Jay, if you want to get rid of any of your bolt bends, I'd be more, or if you want to get rid of any more of your bolts, I would be more than happy to take them. But I know the shipping would kill me. But I just kind of wanted to show you guys what I've been working on last couple days. Tearing some stuff out, redoing some stuff here at the house for my shop. I'm fixing to move the shop here. Tore all the old insulation and stuff out, and I'll show you some of the older stuff that I had. I had some of that I don't know if you could see it, but I just got to get through that, kind of shoved it out of the way, but I had it layered on top of my I had a buddy that was a builder, and he gave me a bunch of scrap wood in that, and we put that up there, and then we put the insulation on it, and it's just getting brittle and that, and I just decided I was going to go all with this tin here, and it's brightening stuff up in here. It's really helped a lot. I kind of want to show you. Been over here rewiring some stuff, getting it all ready for. I got my dip tank stuff. I've got another one for an oven that we use to heat our lights up. I just got done wiring my compressor up. Got it moved out of the way. I just got to get it bolted down. I don't know what I'm going to do with my other compressor that I have at the shop. It's not as good as a compressor as that one, that Ingersoll Ram. I paid some pretty good money for it. But I've got, I'm wiring up some spots to have for our lighting and stuff, and I've got another couple tables I got to get over here from the shop for the hydro dip tables, and figure out where I'm going to put my hydro dip tank. But I think overall that I think it's going to work out pretty good. I hate to move. I hate that, I gotta that I gotta move, but that's just part of it. Sometimes we do things that we don't like doing, but I think the profit, I can, the money that I'm spending and that I make on the deal on projects and things, I think I'll be able to put that extra money in my pocket rather than pay rent and the utilities. The utilities over there is pretty substantial. My dip tank, I don't understand. There's some months in town it's high and other months it's not, and I know it takes heater, the heating element out of a hot water heater, and sometimes when I raise it up, but in the summer months you would think it'd go down, and it hasn't. So and I've asked a couple times for the landlord or for the electric company to come out and check it out, but one of my bills on it was pretty high this last go around, and I just don't see, with that new element in there, there's just, and I can regulate it up and down a lot better than I did the old one, and it's still, and I've checked on the wattage and stuff, and it was all the same as what my old heating element, so I don't know what it is, but that's beside the point. I just kind of want to tell you guys, what was going on, and kind of show you what I've been working on. I'm moved back into, I think my shop over there was 1,200 square foot, and this is a 24 by 30 garage. But for you people that are wanting to start your own business and stuff, the only thing I can tell you is just have all your ducks in a row and be prepared for, you're going to have, like Chuck said, you're going to have lean months and you're going to have fat months. And right now, I'm kind of having a lean month. I've noticed, and I don't know if it's maybe because of the tax season being off, but usually around tax time, people was coming in, they didn't care what they spend, and now I get more people inquiring the cost rather than and asking and just saying go ahead and do it. They'll say, well, what if we do it this way, or how can I save a little money? And I think everybody's, I don't know if the economy's at a stall or what. I noticed Chuck said that his business is doing real well, and it may be the area, and this area is growing by leaps and bounds. But I have talked to several of our custom shops around, and a couple of them, had told me. Even one of the window tint guys told me that he's moving his stuff from in town back to his and he's got. I'd love to have his shop he has at his house, but he just done it convenient wise in town, and he was leasing a place, but he said it's just better for him to move back to his house and let people come find him. And I can't say that I blame him. He don't have the hassle of having to pay the state taxes. Well, I don't mean state. I mean the taxes you have to pay in town and that, and just the different licensing and your business license. He said out where he's at, he's gonna let his business license lapse, which I don't see that I would do that, but that's his preference. He's going to do his own thing, and he said he's probably going to do more of it on the side than not. And he said he's just he's tired of somebody else getting all the money that he's working and busting his butt for, and he said at the end of the day he's breaking even, or he's doing all right, but he's not making the money like he did when he was at his place. And I and him kind of talked about it, and he said there's nothing wrong with if you got to move your business back to your house. He said go for it. And I told him about a building that I thought about buying, and we kind of talked about it. He told me that he said, I know you don't want to do business or anything with a friend or whatever, but he said if you do buy it, because it needs a lot of update. It's about $60,000, and I thought, if I could buy it and maybe lease part of it to him, maybe we both could help each other out, and I could use him for my window tint guy had let go because there just wasn't enough there, and we kind of discussed it, but like I told him, I would prefer either I buy the building and I lease, or vice versa. I said I don't want to go in partnership or anything like that. That way, if there is hard feelings or whatever, one or the other of us can part ways. And like I told him, it just, to me, wouldn't be a good idea to go partners. And I'm kind of rambling there, but, we discussed it, and I really seriously thought about, because like I said, I could get the building for $60,000, but I think it would take you probably 15 to 20,000 maybe to update it. It's an old building. It's I noticed structurally it's fairly sound. There's a couple leaks, and I noticed part of the foundation is cracked. But I've got a friend that you know, does that stuff, so that would be no big deal. But it's just one of them things, guys. If you're going to get into business, you better be prepared for all your ups and downs, all the challenges, anything that can go wrong or will go wrong, and you still got to stay upbeat, but don't forget the government and them still have their hands out. They don't care that you're on bad times as long as they get their money. That they're not gonna. And I was hoping, with our new president that he was gonna help the small business guy, and hopefully he's going to, but that's not going to help me right now. Um, it's just one of them things. Like I said the other day, country boy will survive. It's just sometimes it's disheartening. You work your tail off, and you give it your all, and you feel like you're going backwards. And I told my wife the other day that sometimes it makes you feel like a failure. I don't take defeat, and I know I'm not defeated. I'm still, but it's hard for me to swallow having to move the business back to the house. And I don't want to, but it's just I don't see any other way. And I just don't want to totally, not. I'm just somebody that wants to be in control, and I don't want to just keep hanging in there in town, and then all of a sudden, well, man, I can't, it's ate everything up, and I can't do nothing. So I just thought this was the best route to go. And on a lighter note, it's one of them things. But anyway, I digress. I just wanted to show you guys I've got a place for all my Snap-on stuff. I made enough room, and I think it's gonna, once I get settled in, guys, I think it'll be okay. I don't like that, I'm outside the city limits, and that's just part of it. But my customers will just have to come out here, and once I get the shop part of it done, I've got another section that I think it's a little metal. I call it a lean-to, but it was going to be my when I originally had started to do the hydro dipping, I was going to put my sandblast, like a little sandblast paint booth, but I think I'm going to take it all down. It's just on the other side of this, and I think I'm going to go ahead and when I get the money, I'm going to probably build onto it another. I figure I could probably shoot, I got to think where my lateral lines are. I think I could probably go to my fence, and I would say 15 by 24, which would be plenty, added on, and then I could make me a small little paint booth, and I've got a big sandblaster that I made, and I've had people ask me about doing wheels, sandblasting wheels a lot of times, and I may start putting that out there to where I can do that, because I'm far enough out, and there's not a whole lot, and if I build me a little room around it and do like a small sandblast room, I don't think it'd hurt anything, but there's some money to be made there it's just one of them things, you know, you kind of got to diversify and deal with different things, and you know, I will survive, and I appreciate. It's funny, Chuck's just texting me, asking me how I was doing. That's funny. I'm on here doing a video. You know, it's just one of them things, guys. I I just had to, and I think that's why I was down and out here lately, because I knew the answer that was coming is just I didn't want to face it, and I didn't want, you know, like I said, I was feeling like I was a failure, but you know, I'm not quitting the business. I'm just regrouping. I'm getting everything, taking care of my responsibilities. So, you know, that's part of it. I'm gonna have to get off of here. I guess my wife's got some stuff that she's sold on Craigslist or whatever. It looks like the gentleman's here. So, like, share, comment, subscribe. Once again, go watch Jay Young's videos, Garnett Tools, Jeff Kennedy, Chuck the upholstery guy, and I know I said that wrong, Chuck. Bruce Allen, Nesser, Snap-on tool review. Oh, the Snap-on junkie. Man, I can't. I'm not thinking clear at all. Sorry, guys. But go watch these videos, and you know, like them, subscribe, comment. You know, help these guys out. You know, help this YouTube community out. You know, we all just need to stick together and help one another out, and just, you know, let's just keep it on a positive note, and we'll just go from there. And once again, God bless, and have a blessed day, and I will see you in the next video.